We got books and books and books today. Hey, it's Care. Welcome to Bantock at the lake. Promised you books. We got books and we got books. I'm not even quite sure where to start, so I'm going to start with the ones that are right here on the desk. If you caught the last video, I spent 2 full mornings at St. Vinny's, and so I've got truckloads of things to share with you. So this is part of that, still that same 2-day haul. Today we're going to talk about miscellaneous books. Some of these I will the whole idea was to go for junk journal supplies. But once in a while you find things that you probably won't want to tear up, and this is one of them. Although I don't know. Beautiful photos, all black and white, with great quotes. Dogs are amazing. They just make my day. So this will probably just go in the living room with my dog book collection because, oh my goodness. Men are generally more careful of the breed of their horses and dogs than of their children. Ah, funny. Beautiful, beautiful book. Oh my god. So we could sit here and just ogle the puppy pictures. Unless otherwise noted, the books are all, normally their price is 60 cents, but on Wednesday, the second day that I went, everything was half off. So either 30 cents or 60 cents. I don't know which is which anymore. Free Logic. So fun. Some beautiful illustrations. They're just so cute. He's so cute. There's some great sayings in here. Great quotes. Never go to bed mad. Stay up and fight. No day is so bad, it can't be fixed with a nap. So, I'm not sure I'll be able to tear this one up either. It's awfully cute. That's so true. No one is listening until you make a mistake. Well, then they're all over you. I'm like that for sure. So, I don't know. If I don't tear it up, what am I going to do with it? These pretty quotes might find their way into journals here and there. I'm not sure. These are great fun for junk journalers. Travel books. We don't see a lot of these in hauls, I don't think. We see field guides for animals and birds and plants and such. But these are essentially field guides for places. And they come with such cool things. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Maps. Just all kinds of different things. Fussy cutting, smaller maps, iconic structures, and like the Eiffel Tower. There will be pictures in here of the Eiffel Tower and French pastry and all things French cathedrals. Beautiful additions to any junk journal. Some really great illustrations. All kinds of fun things if you're doing a book journal, a book themed journal, a writerly themed journal, literature, books to read, to be read journal, all kinds of fun things. And this one has a pull-out map, more maps. You know, you can do all kinds of things. This is all laminated and whatnot, so it might be a cool tuck if you're doing a French. I just watched a lady using some beautiful, I'll have to look it up and see who it was. A lady with the parrot. I think he's a parrot. Anyway, she just made a junk journal out of an old Reader's Digest magazine, and it had pink and white and black Paris themed fabric for the cover. So this really cool map of Paris would be a great tuck-in for that particular journal. But here's the cool thing. If people actually buy these and take them with them to wherever they're going, there's the Eiffel Tower. So beautiful. Sometimes you get a bonus and they leave their tickets in. This was from, I believe, I want to say a book on Sweden. Maybe it was Switzerland. I'm not sure. But this was tucked in it when I was flipping through it. And I thought, well, who cares if it's tucked in Switzerland or Paris? And so I tucked it into the Paris book. And I took it. But once in a while, you'll find some bonus things. And so after I found these, I went through all of the travel books to see if there were tickets from Germany or train passes from Paris or whatever. So don't overlook these kind of books. I knew I had one from Ireland. National Geographic, Ireland Traveler. Again, more pullouts and maps and gorgeous scenery. I had to get Ireland. My name is Gaelic. Kerrie, Kerrie, means dark. And dusky. Go figure. I found out the day before I was leaving for Ireland, literally the day before I was leaving for Ireland, I found out that two of my grandmothers came here, great-grandmothers came here directly from Ireland, and that I am of Irish descent. I had no idea, but it explains my almost lifelong obsession with it. The band U2 have more to do with that than anything. The castles. Unfortunately, there was there's this. But this is from Walker, Michigan. It's not from Ireland. Dang. That's probably where they bought it. So many awesome things in these books. So don't overlook. And there was a whole section of various nonfiction. They weren't biographies, they weren't autobiographies, they just didn't have anywhere else to put them. And so there's travel books and just a variety of different things. Look in that section because a lot of them have junk journal gold in them. Stamps and Stories, 1974, which is pretty cool. But look at it, I don't have any stamps. I keep saying I'm gonna buy a bag of stamps from eBay. It's like, I don't know, $5-6. I haven't done it yet, but look at all the stamps I could cut out if I felt like it. Some cool old illustrations, lots of cool old illustrations, and bunches and bunches and bunches of stamps. Could even just use these as backgrounds. You know, you wouldn't have to cut out each stamp individually if you didn't want to. You can just tear it up and use it for background, collage, masterboards, etc., etc. Look how cool that is. Ships from my uncle's book. Beautiful. So much fun. So cool. Old ephemera. If you've not read or seen before, I would suggest going to your library because the series is kind of expensive. And once you read it, not necessarily one you'd read over and over again, but the Griffin and Sabine series by Nick Bantock is amazing. And this book reminded me of that series in that Griffin and Sabine is a story told through letters and postcards. And the only way to get the story is to open a letter that's an envelope. Open an envelope that's glued to the page. You open the envelope and you pull out a letter. And you have to open the letter. And it's very in an odd voyeuristic way, you know, like you're intruding, you're reading someone's mail, you're not supposed to do it, but it's so cool. It's like, it's almost like discovering the story, or I don't know, it's a completely different kind of reading experience. And this is very similar to that In Griffin and Sabine, like I said, you open an envelope and you pull out a letter and you unfold that letter and you read Griffin's letter to Sabine. And then the next page is maybe a postcard from Sabine's response or Griffin's response to Sabine or whatever. Very interesting way to read a book. And this is very similar. It's a manuscript or a book. Maybe it's part diary. I don't know. But all these, it's called marginalia. These notes and doodles in the margins and around the text. These are all, this isn't something someone did. This is how this book came. And what a fantastic altered book this would make, because it's already got all these way cool illustrations and background pages. This would just be an awesome base or foundation for a junk journal. But the reason I got this book is in addition to that, so it's glued into this thing. So here's Kathy's book glued into this cover. But here in the inside cover is a keep them safe. And inside here is all this ephemera, fake business cards, a fake Polaroid that someone tore up, an air bill for mailing a package, a cartoon, and a jotted phone number, a fake letter dated September 1907. Beautiful handwriting. Here. A fake piece of old newspaper that's distressed and old because it's from 1906. Another page of that letter. It's page 3 from Francis. Fortune, perhaps. Beware of a man in a uniform. Beautiful illustration. A letter from a different person. You know, on this beautiful mottled aged paper. What else is in here? I've not opened this until just now, so pardon me whilst I ogle and oogle and ooh and ah. A playbill from a dinner and casino bar. All kinds of illustrations and beautiful. This looks like homework. That's funny. So lots of different handwriting. This thing is loaded, and I'm sure each and every one of these pieces comes into play in this story. So if you got, lucky enough to find this kind of a book, where it comes into play could be the page that this particular thing was tucked into. And then you could take and ink this, because this one's not aged like the other one. And the other one's, but this is from 1984, so it's not at that, it wasn't as old as the 1906, but you could doctor this up. So it's a fake birth certificate, fake index card. Funny, great little snarky notes to whoever's reading it or to oneself. June 1978, a fake. So Frances is one of our letter writers, and Frances died. And here's her fake obit. How much fun is this book? A fake Polaroid with fake, oh my gosh, it's all, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's all aged just like we like it. Another letter written by somebody different. This one doesn't have a year on it, though. That's kind of irritating. Look at that font. How fun. Marriage certificate from 1907. Again, this is all fake. It's all part of this fictional story. Essentially, this is kind of what we do with our junk journals, is especially if there's a theme to it. There's a running theme. There's a running story throughout it. And it might be real stuff. It might be, or it might be completely made up. Here's an old napkin. It's torn and it's folded. Maybe it was from that bar, that dinner theater thing. Who knows? Here's a card, another business card. Consecutive calendar dates, January 27, 28. Still have quite a few to go. Some notes doodled, perhaps whilst on the phone to someone. Certificate of vital record. Here's the death certificate for Michael Vickers. What's the date? 1827. This is so much fun. This was either 60 cents or 30 cents. I don't remember. Family tree, some genealogy. Again, all fake, not old, but look at the beautiful aging that they've done for us. Wedding invite. No year on that. Oh, beautiful takeout menu from Chinese restaurant. And some, must be from somebody's sketchbook. Oh yeah, somebody was an artist doing all kinds of sketches. Beautiful pen and ink and watercolor sketches. There's Victor. Gorgeous. And finally, a postcard, but it's not got anything on the back, and that is dated 1978. All different handwriting. So holy smackaroni, all that cool fake ephemera in this one little packet of book. And I'm really now nosy what year this book was published. 2006. Look, there's the scream. It's a cut off your ear kind of day. Ooh, how much fun is that? This is called Kathy's Book, so maybe you can find it used at your local used bookstore. Start looking for it at your resale shops. Maybe you can find super cheap versions of it on Amazon's, you know, there's people sell used books on Amazon or eBay. Maybe it's in your kid's closet. Steal it. Totally take it over. So there's Kathy's Book. Again, Griffin and Sabine by Nick Bantock. Similar. And I just discovered one called S by J.J. Abrams. This one's available now at Amazon. Very similar. It's a manuscript. It's 3 stories in one. It's a manuscript. It's an adventure. There's pieces and parts to it. It comes in a case that covers the book and then holds all the ephemera in it. So this is not a one of a kind. There are others. I'm sure there are more than this. If you start putting these searches in Amazon, Amazon will feed you more like it. But Kathy's Book by Stuart Wiseman Brigg, or maybe it's from those 3 people from Running Press. Super fun. Holy smokes, that was a long one. The last one that we'll cover, well, the other ones can go quick, so I'll try to get all these done. Then I will have another video on the books that I bought to read, and another video just on the vintage books that I found. Holy smokes. Calligraphy source book. What caught my eye is the red, yellow, and blue, and I'm doing a primary color journal, red, yellow, and blue, and black, and white. And so I'm going to tear this up, and that will go in that project. Even the inside pages, I don't know if you can see them, they're so light, but they're D-E, there's a C, D-E, H-I-J, can we see it? There's H, H-I-J, so fun. But truckloads of different, look how beautiful, these by themselves would make great backs of artist trading cards, ATCs. They're about the right size. Fabulous to have a nice back to go on a pretty front. Just gorgeous script and images, illumination. And these would be great backgrounds, belly bands, like pre-made belly bands. Very beautiful. Cut that strip out, antique it, vintage it up, however you want to look at it, say it. Look how beautiful that script is. So much fun to play with. And I think I've said before, I love it when my initials are in order, KLM, so I'll probably take that out and use the other stuff for something else. More little cards. Those would be fun. IKLM! IKLM! My neighbor's daughter, when she was little, she used to say, I Willow! I Willow! I Willow! It's just so cute, and I've just totally stolen it from the poor child. I use it for other things, but IKLM, that's what it reminds me of. I Willow. IKLM. Yes, I am. Very fun. Fun, fun, fun. So watch for calligraphy books or design books. Look at these beautiful old images and illustrations and illuminations. Fantastic additions to our projects. Ooh, looky there. And the watercolory one. Oh, look at that. That is just yummy. Things are getting stacked higher and higher and higher in here. This isn't any great shakes. It's just a blank writing journal, and it kind of comes right out of there. You know, so if you wanted to, and the binding on it is so that you can lay it flat. What a find. I don't, so someone did use it a little bit. They tore out a few of the first pages. But then they didn't touch it again. I can totally relate to that. Well, this one was 99 cents. So it was either $1 or 50 cents. I'm not sure. But it was 16. Okay, 15, because it's minus a few pages. It was a $15 journal. Love that binding. That'll make it lay nice and flat so it's easy to write on. And I was thinking, you know, the conversation always goes to, well, what are you going to do with it? Well, how do you work with your journals? One of my ideas to help people with that conundrum is perhaps instead of starting with a completely beautifully decorated junk journal and then wondering what to do with it, perhaps start with a blank journal like this and write in it every day. You know, write down your favorite quotes or write down. One of the things I suggest to a lot of people is who feel stuck and who feel like, you know, today was just like yesterday, was just like the day before, ruts, is to, at the end of each day, pick out 3 things that wowed you. Maybe something that you saw, a rainbow or a thunderstorm. Maybe it's something that you heard. Maybe it was the thunder or the crackle of a fireplace or a good joke. Maybe it was something you read. Maybe it was something that just tickled your fancy in some way. 3 things that stand out in your day. And at the end of each day, write them down. Now, there are different ways to do it. You could put pretty papers, 3 slips of pretty paper, and fill a clear jar so that you can see those things grow, you know, so that every day you have 3 things that tickled your fancy. And they don't have to be big. You could win the lottery or you could watch it rain. I mean, and anything in between. And I got this idea from Carly Simon years and years and years ago. I read in a magazine article where she had a Polaroid camera that she kept with her at all times. And she would take pictures of the 3 things. And at the end of each day would glue those 3 Polaroids in her book. And of course she had these great collections of these things that really wowed her, because quite often they come up but we don't pay attention. So once you're in the habit of collecting them, you start looking for them. And the more you start to look for things that wow you, the more you will see things that wow you. It's amazing how our brain works. Anyway, this would be a good collection for that. So in the corner, write your 3 things each day, each different corner, each in a different spot, and then junk journal it up, and then decorate around it. So you wouldn't have to think about how to use it because you've already done the using part of it. Then you just make it beautiful. Or you could do it as the day goes. A lot of people work in their books each day, you know, so at the end of a long day, you could write your 3 things in and then maybe decorate that page that day. You don't have to finish the journal and then figure out what to do with it. You can do it all along as you go. So there's a lot of potential for this. It could be a collection of things. It could be just a daily journal. It could be a junk journal. It could be an altered book. Tear out 3/4 of the pages, half the pages, whatever. Maybe a third. I don't know what the numbers are, but, you know, nice black background, clean canvas to work with. Lots of potential in these kind of books. Another puppy book. Shake Puppy. She just takes pictures of puppies shaking. That's what she does for a living. Where do I sign up? I'd love that kind of job, please. Thank you very much. And they're so cute. And that's all it is. Puppies shaking. Of course. Oh, look at that sweet baby in this little cart. Oh my God. Break my heart. So beautiful. This will go in the dog book collection. They're so funny. Like their eyes just roll right around in their head like they're not even connected to anything, some of them. It's just, oh, they're so funny. Got a couple gifts. Wit and Wisdom of Fishing, Hook, Line, and Seeker. Beautiful illustrations. I'm not big into fishing, but I am into beautiful illustrations. Look how beautiful and pretty. Some sketch work. Some great quotes. I love doing pen and ink watercolor fish flies. So pretty. So even if you're not into fishing, some great photographs, sunset, water. I am into the lake. I am into water. From my uncle's boat book. How things work. Look, even some. And they're already aged. So if you wanted to cut those out and put a little piece of cardboard up behind so that they look, they'll have their own drop shadow. You could cut out the drop shadow too. So they look 3-dimensional, already aged. So even though it's about fishing and you may have absolutely no interest whatsoever in fishing, you just might consider these books. We love birds. I get lots and lots and lots of birds in junk journaling. Lots of pictures of nature and junk journaling. That is an exquisitely beautiful photograph. Sketches. That's fantastic. Sketches and notes. So don't write off things that may or may not seemingly have any connection to you whatsoever. Look inside. You never know what you're going to find. Wit and Wisdom of Fishing. This is more storytelling and quotes, but some really good, fun artwork as well. Look at all these teeny little, I'm going to call them trouts. I don't know if that's what they are, but I'm going to call them trouts. Cool hat. Cool quotes. Oh, look, dog. See? You never know what you're going to find in these books. Red, yellow, and blue. Fisherman. Couple more and this one will be done. Can't turn down a dictionary. This is so cute. It's flexible. It looks like denim. It's vinyl. But it's beautifully aged. It's a different size than I have. I may or may not tear it apart. I had an idea. I got an idea from Marguerite Miller about making... She took an old book about this size and she folded every single page in half. Every single page. She took no pages out. And by the time it was done, it laid nice and flat. Maybe this isn't a good book to do. I don't know if it'll lay flat. But once all those things were folded, every single page folded in half, it was like a Rolodex. So she could keep tags and or Rolodex cards in them just by tucking them. So that was the idea behind this. But then I found one of the vintage books I found might work better. So this might just serve as a dictionary. If I can find it, I will link that Marguerite Miller video below. And finally, again, I can't turn down a good dictionary. And all of my dictionaries are old and caramelized. And I don't always do old vintage style projects. I wanted something with white background. And so this giant, it's like a kid's school book. It's huge. Was 99 cents. And because it's a children's dictionary, there's bunches of really cool, I'm not going to find any right now, images, beautiful birds, plane cockpit, barbed wire. So I have my nice white background, and it's a nice big font. Sometimes that's fun, more fun to have than the teeny tiny. And lots of pictures, some space pictures, nature pictures, critter pictures, lots of fussy cutting to be had. A lot of fun for 99 cents. And again, as I said, the bright white background. But then I found this one. This is a large print dictionary. Look how big and fun. That would just be a nice addition to any journal page. This nice large print, whatever, especially if you're going with themes. If not, just pick a word for 10 and make up. They'd be good in clusters, beautiful in master boards as well. So many things to be done with a large print dictionary. Again, this one was 60 cents. So it was either 60 or 30 cents depending on which day I got it. Remember I said I got about $500, almost $600 worth of books in 2 days at St. Vinny's. So we have more book videos coming. Next video will be probably the books that I got to just read, to be read. Some of those will maybe get torn up because they're pretty colorful. They've got beautiful illustrations. Maybe not. I don't know. And then also vintage books, because those are a separate thing. Whew! That's a lot of books for not a lot of money and a lot of toys to play with. I hope that you are having a lovely, lovely crafty day. Mate at the lake. Out for now.